Thank you for joining me today for yet another unboxing video. And today we have the core box set of World of Tanks Miniatures game. It's a starter set brought to you by Gale Force 9. You can find more information at wargaming.net. So let's flip this over. Choose your tanks and your upgrades. Train your crews and roll out. We're talking World of Tanks Miniatures game. Okay, World of Tanks Miniatures game is an easy-to-learn, fast-paced game where you take command of a tank unit, destroy your opponent, and secure victory. It takes about 30 minutes to play, 2+ players. It's for ages 14 and above. It gives you a table of contents. Of course, it was released to you in 2020 by Gale Force 9. More information, go to wargaming.net. Let's battle. Okay, and just some pictures about what's included in the box. Okay, so let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. So I did pick this up in the budget bin, so I saw that it was complete and I was very happy about it, and I said, why not, let's pick it up. So let's move everything to the side real quick. So we're going to start off, again, it's another box that's got all kinds of different stuff in it, but the rules aren't always on top. So let's get the rule book out and start off with that. So here we got World of Tanks Miniatures game. We got the rule book right here. It's a little banged up. Again, I got this used. So again, it's based off of the video game, so I figured I'd give it a shot. You know, I saw some people playing it at a game store one time, and I heard a lot of people talking about the app and talking about different things, and I said, you know what, I saw it for a relatively cheap price, and I said, let me pick it up just to see what it's all about. And here I am doing an unboxing for you. So World of Tanks miniature game, again, brought to you by wargaming.net and Gale Force 9. There's your rule book. Gives you a table of contents. World of Tanks miniature game. It's an easy to learn, quick play, small scale tabletop game. You take command of a tank platoon seeking to destroy your opponent's tanks and secure victory. It is a fast and furious do or die game. In half an hour, you can pick your tanks and crew, upgrade them to your specifications, defeat your enemy or die trying, and be ready for the rematch. And he talks about the components, what we got in there. So you got 4 tanks that are included in this base starter set. You have a T-34, you have the Panzer, which is German. This is a Russian T-34, American Sherman tank, and you have the British Cromwell tank. All right, and then it explains to you how to read the cards, the base stats on the cards, the tank type. It's a Tiger, it's a Panzer Tiger tank right there. So going on, crew position, special rules, history. A little back here, hidden cards, crew module and upgrade cards, light bulb icon. You got dice that are game specific. Talks about the different kinds of tokens. You got movement, you got damage, you got destroyed, objective markers, tank IDs, measuring arrows, critical cards, your damage number, your repairable, ammo damage, card name. Explains all that stuff. Playing the game, the general rules, re-rolling and modifying dice, the re-roll, the modify, cards that allow you to re-roll, rolling for advantage, initiative, ties and advantage, destroyed tanks, turn sequence, movement phase, shooting phase, and command phase. Battlefield setup, whether you're attacking or defending, where your deployment zones are. Gives you all this information right here about deployment. Then we continue to move on to movement phase. You got initiative, you got stationary, you got movement, how to move a tank, place movement tokens, defensive measures. Gives you all that explanation right there. Movement and terrain, how to use the miniatures, the woods and hills, buildings and walls, things you can go through, things you can't. Shooting phase, initiative, line of sight, assault guns, restricted line of sight, fixed field of fire, and gives you great detailed photos depicting action. Tells you how line of sight can be used in the game, what blocked line of sight looks like, cover, hold down, gives you examples of what those mean, what it means to be in cover, what you can hit and what you can't see, what parts of the tank. So here, the green is yes, the red is no, which is very cool. More, if you're going to shoot, more details about how to do that. Again, shooting around buildings and difficult terrain. If you're on a hill, how you're able to do that. If there's walls, how to do that. Rolling of your attack die, stationary tanks, different tanks, defensive dice, defense dice pool. Creating your defensive dice pool, close range, side shots. Again, lots and lots of details, lots and lots of pictures that explain everything you would need to know about this game, which is really, really well done. I gotta say, this is a really, really slick rule book that really breaks everything down to you step by step. It gives you pictures of it that you can get on the board real quick and get started, which is something that's always very important. You guys know I have 2 young children, one who's 9 now, just her birthday was last month, and then we also have my daughter, who's 13, who's just going to turn 14 relatively soon. And but again, get it on love games where you can set up the tabletop real quick and get playing versus having a really rules-heavy system. It can be a real detractor, especially to people who you're just introducing to tabletop board games and things of that nature, or miniature games. Hold down behind a wall, assessing damage, destroying tanks, hits, critical hits in the red, and destroyed tanks. Then you have the command phase, check for victory, repair, roll for advantage, reset the field, common special rules, tank types. Okay, creating a platoon. Again, if you want to go out, this is just, again, the base introductory set. So if you want to go and purchase more tanks, you can create a platoon of tanks. All right, your first game, what you need, the setup, how to play the game, movement, shooting, and command phase. Battle modes, assault, encounter. So they're giving you a couple of scenarios here to play. So you got assault scenario, table setup and check for victory. Encounter, again, all of them are set up the same way. Capture the base, you look over here, it tells you how to set up the board. And free for all. And quick reference guide in the back, turn sequence, movement phase, shooting phase. Again, for more information, you go to GF9, which is galeforce9.com. And you got the command phase. So it's 24 pages, but really it's only 21 pages of rules, which includes setup and explanation of everything that you get. So there you go. Again, this is the starter set, so that's your rule book, which kind of explains everything quite nicely. Then we got some cards here, which again is the information about each of the tank that you have 4 different tanks to choose from. So we'll start with the Cromwell. Just right there. You got your firepower, survivability, mobility, and your initiative. It tells you what kind of tank it is, your cost. So if you're building up again, base set, it's 1 tank on tank or 4 tanks on 4 tanks. But if you're setting up a platoon, it tells you how much it costs per this one type of tank that you have there. And in the background, it gives you, in the back of the card, it gives you the background about when it was developed, what kind of tank it is, and all that stuff like that. All the cards are set up identically. So this card here is for the T-34, which is the Russian tank. And you got the British tank, the Russian tank, the American tank, which is the Sherman, the M4A1 Sherman. And again, it tells you who the crew is. So for the Cromwell, you've got the commander, the gunner, the driver, the radio operator, and the loader. For the Russian tank, you have the commander, gunner, radio operator, you have the driver and the loader. Of course, the loader is the person who's putting the shells into the tank. The driver is the one who's driving the tank. Radio operator is contacting the other members of your platoon. The gunner obviously is tracking where you're shooting at, and the commander tells you what to do. And of course, you have the German Panzer tank here. Commander, gunner, driver, radio operator, loader. In the back, background history of the tank itself, the type of tank it is. You get World of Tanks, the game that we're talking about here. So there you get 4 of these cards on the starter set. Right. Put those over here. Start with these, you get some tokens as well. A bunch of different tokens that are in the game. Objective tokens. Again, you've got some numbers here. Front and back are the same, just the color's different. You got white, black. There you go. So you have 1 through 4. You have damage markers, which are always important. Any type of war game that you play, damage markers keeps track of how much damage you have on your tank, and you can take it and throw it right on there like that. So then you know how many points of damage are on your vehicle. Also, you stand them up, so you got 1, 2, and 3 points of damage right here. Got a handful of those, which is really cool. You always need those. And then you have 1, 2, up to 3 of these scores for the tank movement. Each little thing marker has how many spaces you're moving. Again, that's your movement tokens. So you got a bunch of those. And then you have your destroyed marker, or they're on fire or anything like that. Those are your hit markers. So there you go. Got a bunch of those. It's always good to have. Nice little baggie that they come in. Again, I could purchase this secondhand. Of course, they normally would be on, they wouldn't be unpunched already, but they are for this. One of the cool things I can show you about this box also is the fact that they give you a lot of space in here, that if you purchase anything additional, you get more cards and stuff like that. You can keep it all right here in the base set. You can keep it all together, which is really actually quite helpful. And they are very deep. If you see it, they're exceptionally deep. So even when I'm trying to get these cards up, it's not always so easy because the trays are so deep, which is always very, very good to have also. And I have some more tokens here as well. Another bag of tokens, which is right here. Again, which is some more markers, and again, some more, these are again, damage markers, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 6 right there. Got that, okay. Looks like it could be a building. Looks like a roof of a building. Again, this is just some things that you can put down on your table, let you know where your terrain is. Okay, it looks like that's a house, obviously. These are all houses, different kinds of houses that you can put down on the table. Prevent your tanks from seeing around the corner or whatever it may be. The line of sight. And we have another one. Looks like this. We also have this here, which is a patch of trees. That's a hill. The trees look really, really nice. Again, there's your hill. Okay. Then there's a second one of those for another hill. There's also, like I said, you can amp up your game by purchasing other tanks. So here's some more options you could buy for the different waves that have come out for the game already. So again, those are the different types of tanks that you can get to create your own platoon. Again, each of them, you have the Russians, you have the Germans, you have the Americans, you have the British. I'm assuming at some point in time, because this to me appears to be World War II based, so to me, I would assume at some point in time they would also release a line of Japanese tanks as well, I would assume, to cover all the Axis and all the Allies. Don't quote me on that, I'm not quite sure. Then again, this was based on so people who play online, they gave you an online code as well. So I believe, I'm not sure if this was used or not, but if you want to take it out there, you can give it a shot. I don't play the online game, so if you want to use that code, feel free to take a look at it. Take a snap right now of it. I'll leave it up there for a minute. Check it to see if it works. I'm not quite sure if it does or it doesn't. So worst case scenario, you put it in there, it doesn't work, no harm, no foul. But if you do, boom. It says how to enter the code. Go to worldsoftanks.com/battlefront. Play now. Put all the information in, invite codes, how to activate your bonus code, worldsoftanks.com. And there you got it right there. That's everything you need. So that's in there as well in the box. Let's see what else we got here. Some more stuff. We've got another token that says Advantage. These are the walls. That's cool. A couple of these. You get a bunch of those. So you get 4 of those. You can either stand up like it did there or lay them down, however you want to do it. Get 4 of those. Your arrow marker, World of Tanks, telling you which way you're heading. That's cool. You also have your game specific dice, which are right here. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. So put these right here. I'll show you all what's on the each of the die are exactly the same. So World of Tanks, you got that, and then you have blanks. So you got 3 blanks. This one, and that one. Let's take those real quick. It appears that I have 4 misses and 2 hits, it appears. There you go. That's your dice. Now, getting the tanks out of the box is not always the easiest. Okay, so again, I'll show you, again, it comes in this container here, and they're very, as you can tell, very, very deep. The tanks go in here, cards go here, cards go here, more cards there, your dice go here, and all of your tokens go in that part of the tray. But it's a very, very cool tray that they have provided for you. You also have this set of cards, which have numbers on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then over here it says, this card must be played face up. Let's take a look at these first. Improved turret, improved suspension, improved gun. All right, these are your add-ons to improve your tank's abilities. There you go. Then when you look at the back of these, well, let's take a look at the ones first. Improved speed governor, firefighting, small repair kit, small first aid kit, 100% octane gasoline, a light shell, putting in tea, manual fire extinguisher, repair basic. So it says toolbox equipment. It costs 1. It says while stationary, this tank may attempt to repair an additional critical card during the repair damage step. All right, there you go. So that's your number 1 cards. You got 2. I'm not exactly sure what the numbers mean. Again, to figure out what these numbers mean, go to a core rulebook and it'll help break that down, explain it all to you, how you use this. Okay, automatic fire extinguisher, gun rammer, enhanced gun laying drive, heavy shell. These are upgrades, to me it appears. Large repair kit, 105 octane gasoline, safe storage, large first aid kit, improved ventilation, improved engine. All right, so it appears that when you do these upgrades, it gives you extra power. Cancel an engine, fire, critical card, right? Over here it says tank with base 5 or offense or greater, discard to use, add +1 when attacking a tank at close range. And that's because you have a different kind of shell that's inside your tank. So those are all upgrades cards. I guess it's a level 1, level 2 upgrade. Got 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 8. So let's take a look at 3s real quick. Again, more snapshot and recon. So these are all basically upgrade cards. You got 3. You got your numbers on the back. So let's just take a look at these real quick. Smooth Ride Basic. Oh, you're upgrading your driver. Any position. Concealment Basic. A camouflage net. A spall liner. Improved radio. And a binocular telescope. It's equipment upgrade. Cost. While stationary, this tank may modify this into a that when shooting a tank that is not at close range. Again, to understand what all these icons mean, go to your core rulebook. It'll explain everything to you right there. So that's the set of cards here. You have another set of cards, which are your World of Tank cards. It appears to me these are all the same fronts. So let's take a look at the back, see what it says. All right, you take 2 damage. Crew injured, target player discards 1 crew card of their choice from this tank. Lucky hit, crew stunned, lucky hit, ammo damaged, engine damaged, ammo damaged, engine fire, bailed out, optics damaged, track destroyed. So all these cards over here help prevent some of these damage from happening, or reduces the amount of damage that you take from an assault from another tank. All right, engine fire, radio damaged. Radio damage is obviously when you get hit and you defend against it, what the damage is. Of course, tank destroyed, bailed out, turret jammed, lucky hit, track destroyed so you can't move, engine damaged, move slower, optics damaged, turret jammed, you can only fire one direction, crew injured, I should say, and equipment damaged and equipment damaged. So there you go. So it's the bad stuff that's happening to you when you've been attacked and you've been hit. All right, so these are your damage cards. So that's interesting as well. Put that down here. And then we have our actual tanks. So we want to make sure you get the right tops for the right tanks. The tops come off, so if they're destroyed, obviously the turret comes off. Goes in here like that. Again, they are nice quality models. Very cool. I'd say they're about 20mm big. All right, so there's one of the tanks. And then we have your Panzer. All right. Then we have the American tank. And this is your Russian tank. And there you have it. There's the 4 tanks that are included in the starter set. And that concludes, and this is everything that's included, and this concludes our unboxing of World of Tanks miniature game. Of course, we're talking the starter set. It's for 2 players. Takes about 30 minutes to play. Brought to you by Gale Force 9. Again, for more information, go to gf9.com or go to wargaming.net, and that can help you out, answer any of your questions you might have about the game World of Tanks, whether it be the miniatures game or, of course, the online game as well. As always, thank you so much for joining me for this unboxing video. It's truly appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, you could always give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. You could also hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release any new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for coming and joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day, and we'll catch you on the next unboxing video.